Police Garlight Arbitrum just proposed something that could change how fast your crypto transactions happen, and it's already causing controversy. Here's what you need to know before everyone else figures this out. So Arbitrum, one of the biggest layer 2 networks for Ethereum, just dropped a proposal called Fast Feed. Basically, they want to sell early access to transaction data before it hits the blockchain. Think of it like paying extra to skip the line at an amusement park, except we're talking about your money. Now, some people are freaking out. They're saying this creates unfair advantages for rich traders. Others are saying it's just how modern markets work. But here's what nobody's talking about. This connects to something way bigger happening in the entire financial system right now. Let me break down what's actually happening here. When you make a transaction on a blockchain, there's a brief moment where that transaction is waiting to be confirmed. During that time, it's in what we call the mempool, basically a waiting room for transactions. Fast Feed would let certain users pay to see what's in that waiting room before everyone else. Why does this matter? Because if you know what transactions are coming, you can potentially profit from that information. It's like knowing someone's about to buy $1 million worth of a token before they actually do it. You could buy first, then sell to them at a higher price. This is called MEV, Maximal Extractable Value, and it's a huge deal in crypto. But here's where it gets really interesting. This whole debate about transaction ordering and data feeds, it's not just a crypto thing. The traditional banking system is going through a massive upgrade right now that's all about the same issue, getting transaction data to move faster and more transparently. This upgrade is called ISO 20022, and if you haven't heard about it yet, you need to pay attention. ISO 20022 is basically a new language for banks to talk to each other. Think of it like upgrading from flip phones to smartphones, except for the entire global financial system. Right now, when banks send money internationally, they use outdated systems that are slow and don't carry much information. ISO 20022 changes that. It lets banks send way more data with each transaction, and it does it faster. We're talking about things like invoice details, tax information, and payment purposes all bundled together. So what does this have to do with crypto? Well, certain cryptocurrencies were specifically designed to work with ISO 20022 standards. Cardano, which uses ADA as its token, is one of them. XRP, XLM, YLGO, and a few others are also ISO 20022 compliant. Here's why everyday people should care. When the traditional banking system adopts ISO 20022 fully, which is happening right now through 2025, these compliant cryptocurrencies could become bridges between old-school banking and the crypto world. They're built to speak both languages. Think about it. If banks need to move money fast and efficiently, and certain crypto tokens are already designed to plug into their new system, those tokens could see massive adoption. We're not talking about speculation anymore. We're talking about actual utility in the real financial system. Now, back to this Arbitrum proposal. What we're seeing is crypto networks trying to figure out the same problems traditional finance is solving with ISO 20022. How do we make transactions faster, more transparent, and more efficient without creating unfair advantages? The controversy around Fast Feed is actually healthy. It means people are thinking seriously about fairness in decentralized systems. But it also shows why standards matter. ISO 20022 exists because banks needed everyone to follow the same rules. Crypto is learning that lesson right now. So what should you watch for? First, pay attention to how the Arbitrum community votes on Fast Feed. If it passes, expect other layer 2 networks to propose similar systems. Second, keep your eye on ISO 20022 compliant tokens like ADA, especially as more banks complete their upgrades throughout 2025. Third, watch for announcements about banks actually using blockchain technology for settlements. That's when these compliant tokens could really take off. And finally, follow the regulatory discussions. Governments are paying close attention to both traditional finance upgrades and crypto innovations. This is educational content only, not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. The crypto market is volatile, and what works today might not work tomorrow. But understanding these connections between traditional finance and crypto, that's how you spot opportunities before they're obvious. Follow Stack Daily 60 for daily crypto and money tips.